Hello, this is Roshan Kumar. Today I will be explaining my experiment number 5 of digital signal processing laboratory, design of IR filter using pole zero placement method. So here we will be designing four type of filter using the pole zero placement method. So what is the pole zero placement method? In that one, we can understand from frequency transfer function that frequency corresponding to 0 will result in zero frequency response, and frequency corresponding to pole of the transfer function will result in infinite magnitude. So we will use that one. For while designing the filter, when we want to put the zeros, then we will put a zero at a unit circle for that corresponding frequency, and when we are putting the pole, then we will put that pole just inside the unit circle at that corresponding frequency. We are putting just inside the circle to maintain the stability. So these are some pole zero placement method having some limitations. This is not very accurate one, exactly accurate one. This is a good approximate model of filters. And cutoff frequency, every time in all the filters some critical frequency will be there. Suppose in low pass filter at till which frequency it will be passing, that will be the cutoff frequency. In high pass, after which frequency it will be passing, that will be the cutoff frequency for that high frequency filter, high pass filter. And accordingly in band pass and band stop will be having two cutoff frequencies. Now low pass filter, we are designing first filter, low pass filter. In low pass filter we will be it will be transfer function will having 1 0 and 1 pole, and its frequency response will be similar to low pass filter, that it will be passing it will be passing the low frequency component, and it will be attenuating higher frequency component of the input signal. So this is the transfer function of a low pass filter. H of z is equal to k into z plus a by z minus l. Alpha is the zero of the transfer function, and k is the gain scale factor, and that formula is given 1 minus alpha by 2, and for alpha is equal to 1 minus 2 fc by fs into pi, and these fc and fs values are given for a specification given as the specification of filter. So we will calculate alpha and k, and then we will calculate h of z. After that, as 0 all the poles are inside the unit circle, so we can put z is equal to e to the power j omega for calculating transfer function, means frequency response h of omega. So I have calculated h of omega. After that, for difference equation I am taking h of z is equal to y of z by x of z. After that, we are multiplying z to the power minus 1 both numerator and denominator. After that, we will get this equation in y of z, then we will take inverse Laplace transform, inverse z transform. So this will be y of n minus 0.3, this is will be y of n minus 1, z to the power minus 1 is there, so we are getting n minus 1, and accordingly everything will come. So this is our final difference equation of low pass filter, and this is my MATLAB code through which I have I used to plot everything. So magnitude response of the this magnitude response, and this is phase response and pole zero plot. So we can see that 1 pole and 1 0 are there for low pass filter. We can also observe that it is passing the lower frequency, means these lower frequencies, and it is attenuating or all higher frequency component. Now for the second type of first order filter, high pass filter. In high pass, it will be attenuating first 0 to some cutoff frequency component, and after that cutoff frequency it will be passing those frequency component. That is the main definition of high pass filter. So here also some specifications are given. Critical frequency is 1 Hz, and fs those all other parameters. After that, in this one transfer function, h of z is equal to k into z minus 1 by z minus alpha, and alpha formula for alpha and k is this one and this one. So we have I have calculated alpha and k from the given specification, and after that I put in these equations to get the transfer function. So transfer function is this. After that, frequency response, for frequency again Again pole is inside the unit circle, so we can put z is equal to e to the power j omega to get the h of j omega. That is frequency response of the system. After that, for difference equation, again similar approach, y of z by x of z is equal to this. Then I have multiplied z to the power minus 1 to both the numerator and denominator, and after that I got the one equation, and then I take the inverse z transform to get the difference equation. And this is the MATLAB code for high pass filter. This is the output. In the output we can see that for it is attenuating from 0 to some cutoff frequency. It is attenuating, and after that it is along the higher frequency component, and we can see the pole 0 plot also. One pole and one 0 is there, and this is the phase response output of high pass filter. Now the third one, band pass filter. In band pass filter we will be giving two cutoff frequency, means using the f0 and using the f0 and this 3 dB bandwidth. The 3 dB bandwidth means at 3 dB at 3 dB frequency, that h of j omega will be h of j omega max by root 2, means power is being halved and magnitude and frequency response magnitude is being 1 by root 2 times of means maximum value. So in band pass we will be allowing some range frequency, some given range frequency only to pass through the filter, and remaining all the other frequency component will be attenuated. So for in that one, for transfer function formula is h of z is equal to k into z minus 1 in this formula. So we will calculate k and cos theta and r. So all formula are given. R is equal to this, theta I got 13 degree, r I got 0.8778, and k I got 0.127. After that I put everything in this to get the transfer function, and after that again all the poles of this system are inside the unit circle. So again we can put z is equal to e to the power j omega to get the frequency response of the system. So I got frequency response of the system as this one, and after that we have to find difference equation. So for difference equation again similar approach, y of z by x of z is equal to this, and then here we are having two poles, so we are multiplying z to the power minus 2 to numerator and denominator, and after that I am getting this equation, and after that for getting the transfer difference equation we will just take inverse z transform. So I got the difference equation as this one. So this is the MATLAB code, and this is the plot for band pass filter. We can see that it is allowing some, means here it will be some 3 dB frequency, and corresponding here it will be some 3 dB frequency. So it is allowing some given a specific range of frequencies, and remaining less than that one and greater than this one are attenuating. And we can also see that it is just as it is second order filter, so there are 2 zeros and 2 poles of the system, and poles and zeros will be if it is a complex number, pole or zero if it is a complex number, then if it is complex number, then it will always be happening in conjugate pair, so that we can get the real coefficient. We will get the real coefficient in our filter, in real coefficient for the difference equation of that filter. Now come fourth one. In fourth one, notch filter, means band stop filter. So it will be, here we will be stopping some given frequency range. Suppose we are restricting some f is equal to f1 to f2, and remaining all other frequency component will be passed as it is. And we need for a better performance we need a high quality factor, that is more narrower than it is more frequency selective. So here again formula for h of z is equal to this thing, and I have calculated all the things according to the given formula, and after that I got h of z is equal to this transfer function, and for again poles are inside the unit circle, so we will put z is equal to e to the power j omega for getting the frequency response. After that for getting the difference equation we will again do the same thing, y of z by x of z is equal to this, and again multiplying z to the power minus 2 to numerator and denominator and getting this equation, and after that just take the inverse z transform to get the difference equation of the band stop filter. So I got this as the difference equation. So this is our MATLAB code, and this is the plot of magnitude response. Here we can clearly see that it is it is attenuating some given frequency range and allowing greater than that frequency and less than this frequency. It is allowing as it is, because frequency response magnitude response is 1, and this is the phase response. And here again it is just as it is second order filter, so we are having 2 poles and 2 zeros, and that are also in conjugate pair. Now this is the output for different PPG and ECG signal. So this is ECG noise free signal. For that one, this is output, and this is ECG noise 3, means we are given 4-5 samples, so I have used that noise 3 sample. So here you can see that this is the input signal. So in low pass filter, these are all the high frequency component. These are all high frequency in low pass filter. High frequency component will be attenuated, so we can see that amplitude of this one is reducing in this one, and in this one it is opposite, that for high frequency component it will be amplifying or passing as it is. So we can see that this length is greater than this, amplitude length is greater than this one, and this one also. And after that, band pass filter. In band pass filter, we are allowing only some specific range, means a specific range of frequency. So this is the output of band pass filter, and this is the output for band stop filter. And I have done for PPG signal also. This is for PPG noise free signal, and this is for PPG noise free signal. Again we can see that here the amplitude is being reduced, and here some amplitude is being remaining same, or it is being amplified. And so this is the output of for PPG noise 3 signal. After that, my final observations. I observed that pole zero placement method is very helpful for designing the approximate model of these following 4 filters: low pass and high pass and band stop filter. And I also observed that after passing through notch filter, the input signal is being means notches, all the notches of input signal is being removed, and output is smoothened. So whenever we need to do the amplification for corresponding frequency, then we need to put the pole at that corresponding frequency just inside the unit circle. And when we want the magnitude response to be 0, then we will put zeros for that frequency component in the transfer function. We can also see that also observe that second order filter are doing better smoothing. It is doing better smoothing than first order filter. As we are getting in first order, we are getting 1 poles and 1 cutoff frequency, and in second order we got 2 cutoff frequencies. So we can say that in mth order filter we will get m cutoff frequency. And for notch filter and band pass filter, if it will be more narrower, means less 3 dB bandwidth, then it will be more good, that its performance will be better, as it is more frequency selective filter it will be. And after that, this is the same thing again. In low pass filter, it will be passing the lower frequency component, and it will be attenuating higher frequency component. In high pass it is just opposite, and in band pass it is allowing some given frequency range, and in band stop or notch filter it is just doing the opposite. These things we have already discussed while we were discussing the plots of magnitude response and phase response. And this is our MATLAB main input code. From here I was calling up all the functions, and this is the MATLAB input code. From here I was taking the input. Thanks, that's all from my side.